What is going on, everyone? Today, I want to talk Assassin's Creed Valhalla rumors. It just seems like every time we get close to a release of one of these Assassin's Creed games, somebody has something crazy to say. Somebody knows somebody's cousin's uncle, sister's best friend's third cousin removed somehow, or they know another YouTuber that said something, or somebody lives down the block from Ubisoft and walked over there and just asked the question. And we're always hearing these crazy rumors, and I want to discuss them. Some of them we know are going to be true. Some of them are just kind of weird and way out there. I'm Dark Shard of the YouTube Assassin. Let's get into this. And before we get started, if you want to hit these kind of levels of mastery, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you have that bell hit so that you never miss content whenever it comes. Now, one of the rumors that I kind of find exciting, and I would be really happy if it's true, a couple of viewers and commenters, we are going to get to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla a week early if you actually downloaded it digitally. Now, I don't know how true that is. I know they did it for Avengers, but, you know, will they do it for Assassin's Creed Odyssey? I don't know. It's two different companies that have done that. So, Square Enix actually allowed you to play it early, the Avengers game. You got to play it a week early if you downloaded it digital. If you got the physical copy, you still had to wait. But that would be exciting if, like, we actually got a chance to play this if we ordered it digitally. I'll let you guys know. I ordered it both digitally and I brought a physical copy. I prefer the physical copies because that's just who I am, but I also got it digitally so that I could just play it immediately as soon as it comes out. And, you know, I just want to make sure that I have it in time. And honestly, if I get to play it digitally a week early, then you guys are getting a treat. You guys are getting to see it a week early, which would be absolutely amazing. So let's see if that happens. That'll actually be pretty cool. I really would not mind that at all. I would love to see something like that. But, I mean, has anybody heard this? I tried looking around to see if it's, like, confirmed or anything like that, and I just can't find anything. All my sources haven't said anything. I'm still looking around, but there are a small group of people that actually do believe that that is the case. That somehow they heard, but they can't tell me where they heard. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, another thing that a lot of people really have a bone of contention with, and I know that this is actually going to happen in the game, you have to get food in order to heal. You don't just automatically heal. You don't run from a fight and then you'll just start healing and stuff like they do in this game right here. That's not going to happen. So what people are worried about is the fact that you have to go and find food. Like, what is the point in that? You know, people are worried, hey, I'm going to be all, like, weak and everything, then I got to run around, I got to find something to eat, then I can return to the fight. I don't think that's going to be the case, and I'm telling you guys that right now. If we think back, if any of you have played the Ezio collection, Ezio actually was able to collect potions and stuff like that. I could see something like that happening. I could see him carrying around potions, or I could even see where it's a case like in Assassin's Creed 3 where you went hunting, you got skins and stuff like that. Same thing with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Maybe there's a way where the Vikings will go, they'll hunt for food, and maybe they'll make it a jerky, they'll make it somehow sustainable, maybe, you know, like you get to hold on to it for a little while. There's got to be a way, you know, maybe it goes bad. That would be kind of interesting. I don't think that that's a game breaker, though. A lot of people are really worried and upset about that because they think that that's just going to change the whole dynamic of the game, you know, making it really too realistic and less realistic at the same time because, of course, normal people do need food, and when you're healing, you do need to eat, you do need to relax and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to go that far. I don't think it's going to be that ridiculous. I just really do think that it's going to be something where we're going to have some kind of like perishable goods and we got to hold on to it, save it, use it before a certain time. I think it'll be something like that. Or even potions, the way Ezio had. some kind of like medicines that he could walk around with. That kind of stuff I could see. I can't see them doing anything less than that. That would just be nuts. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if like you've heard anything about that, if you've heard more about the food situation, because a lot of people are scared. So if you know something, come forth, let the community know, because ease their fears. People are really claiming they're not going to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla just because of that. Just because they want to see what happens with the food first. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, I'll let you guys know what's going on. I've also heard that there is a return of the engraving system, which is great. That we definitely want. That's a lot of help. And of course, soon as I get my hands on the game, builds begin. We're going to start looking into builds. We're going to see what's happening as far as the builds go. And we're just going to have a good time with that. Other than that, I don't know what they're going to do as far as like the armor and stuff like that. I really do hope that they do something the way they did with all of this gear, where like you could do things in tandem. You could have a bunch of different gear that like works together. That would be great. I'd rather see that than something where they just have like you need all 5 pieces of the gear to do something. Like that is annoying. So I really hope they don't do that. That would be just way too much. It'll be too annoying. It's a lot of wasted space, and we'll go back to epic gear if we have to. We'll just go to legendary gear just to collect for whatever engravings, and then, you know, just keep it on the epic gear, so that way you're a lot more powerful. Other than that, we also have the whole thing that the Viking is supposed to be gay. Ivor is supposed to be gay. That's what has a lot of people upset as well. There's going to be multiple Vikings in the game, supposedly, that are going to be gay, and some people are really upset about that. Now, the team has said that they are going to promise that they can prove that the Viking is both genders to fix the whole problem that happens with Cassandra and Alexios, because in all honesty, they're 2 different people, but the Animus did not know which one was the Eagle Bearer. And, I mean, that was just dumb. There's a bunch of ways you can handle that. First of all, you know, your Animus can't tell boy from girl DNA. I've said that since the beginning. That's just dumb. Okay? Second of all, if you hopped in the Animus and you played as Alexios and he wasn't the Eagle Bearer, listen, I just got to hop into the other body. So why was that a problem? A lot of things made no sense. There was a lot of sense that was not made in Odyssey. And I really, really do hope that they altered a lot of that. Because if the game doesn't make sense, it's really not going to be enjoyable. Now, I can't reveal my source, but someone who supposedly is close to the project, I don't want her to get in trouble, so like I really can't reveal her, but she claims that Valhalla is not going to be the grind fest that Odyssey was. You're not going to play 300 hours of boredom for like 10 hours of story. You know, it's going to be smooth. There's going to be a lot to do. It's all going to make sense. It's not going to be, you know, like just you randomly trying to level up. You're going to level up without even trying. And you're not going to have that grind. You're not going to have all that nonsense where like you had to buy all kinds of like stuff from the Ubisoft store in order to really get going and whatnot. Like that really wasn't fair. Like having to buy an XP and Drachme boost, like that's just crap. So I mean, that'll still be in there if you want, but it will not be necessary. That's going to be for people that really, really want to move through the game. And, you know, for some people, they really don't. They really don't want to be moving through the game. Now, a challenge to me, from what I understand, is that they are saying that they are releasing this bug-free. I don't know if that's true. I take that as a challenge. You know, as soon as Odyssey released, there were a bunch of bugs, there were a bunch of glitches, a bunch of errors, and it's kind of been buggy like that. But they're claiming that this game is going to be a return to form. It's going to be true to form. It's going to be what we remember with Assassin's Creed Origins. It's going to be actually very lore rich. There's not going to be anything out of the ordinary or weird like we had over in Odyssey, because like that was a big thing for a lot of people, was the lore. People were not feeling the lore in Odyssey. They felt the lore was disrespected. They felt that like not enough care and love was given to the game. It was a great game, but it wasn't a great Assassin's Creed game. That's how most people will describe it. Honestly, that's how I'll describe it. So this is supposed to be a return to form. Not just that we're going to get the Hidden Blade, which obviously we are, but we're going to see a lot of the lore, a lot of return of the Isu, like a real reason for the Isu being there. It's not going to be sloppy DLC like supposedly like, you know, it was over here in Odyssey, where, I mean, a lot of Atlantis really didn't make sense. There was really no need for us to go through anything in Atlantis. I thought it was going to be like the ending of Assassin's Creed 3. If you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3 and got to the end, do yourself a favor, go do that. Because that ending was absolutely incredible. The way you discover what Atlantis was and how it ended. And it had nothing to do with Juno. At least not to my knowledge. Not the way I remember it. So definitely go take a look at that, because that was just nuts the way they ended it. And a lot of people, you know, they would agree. A lot of people have said that they were hoping to see what they did in Atlantis for Assassin's Creed 3, which is why they kind of released Assassin's Creed 3 for free, because it was supposed to coincide, because it had a lot to do with it. But again, a return to form, they're saying, and that's going to be awesome. Also, the fighting is going to be way different. Now, don't get scared when I tell you that the fighting is different. I don't mean that the fighting is going to be so horrible that you have to relearn how to play the game. That's not what I'm saying. The fighting is different, in which it's going to be kind of wild. You're actually going to be able to dual wield a lot of stuff. A lot of people were upset in Odyssey that you did not have use of shields, which obviously a Spartan and Athenian would have been using shields back in this day, so it was kind of weird. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to give you back the shields just like you had in Origins, but they're going to take it a step further. You're going to be able to dual wield. You can dual wield shields, you could dual wield small axes, anything that you could basically hold in one hand, you'll be able to hold in both hands and just dual wield away. You'll be able to throw an axe and then chop somebody with the other axe in your hand, and then go collect that axe you just threw and hit them again. It's just going to be completely phenomenal. It's going to really change the gamescape, and I can't wait to see what they do with it and how that's going to affect like builds and stuff like that. Could you imagine a warrior build in which you're using 2 small axes, or an axe and a shield, or like 2 shields even? I want to do a 2 shield build. That is going to be sick. There's going to be so many freaking brand new things to do that is going to be phenomenal. I'm hoping they bring back all kinds of things like the mercenaries. I really did like how they did it in it was even better in Odyssey, where you had like all these mercenaries like hunting you down and you could become the #1 mercenary. That was kind of awesome. So I'm really hoping they do something like that again. We also know that they are going to have a encampment that you're going to be in charge of. You're going to have like a tattoo parlor. That's kind of like how you make money. And then you could also change your tattoos on yourself. Now, I would love to see how they make it the encampment larger. I would love to see you just increase your encampment size, add new stores to it and stuff like that. Like really make like a lot of trade and whatnot, kind of like they did with Black Flag, and even with in the Ezio trilogy and Brotherhood, and also Revelations, where like you could buy certain areas, you could buy buildings, you could increase your revenue. That was pretty awesome. So I really hope to see something like that, because getting Drachmi that way was a heck of a lot easier than it was in Odyssey. I mean, Odyssey, you really had to go out there, kill stuff, sell stuff off. You had to do all kinds of bounties and everything. That was pretty wild. So I hope they do something like that. I hope that, you know, they really make it a lot easier. Also, like I said, the Hidden Blade is back, and I'm hoping they show us how he gets the Hidden Blade, and, you know, even how he becomes an assassin. how he's like welcomed into the Brotherhood. I would love to see that. That's definitely got to be in there. That has to be, because again, they're promising that it's going to be a return to the lore, that it's going to be a return to form, and I love that idea. So that is something else I would love to see. Other than that, I don't know how materials are going to gather. I don't know how they're going to do that. It's probably going to be hunting, going out into the wild, you know, doing stuff like that. It's probably not going to be as tedious as it was in Odyssey. A lot of complaints happen with Odyssey. As good of a game as it was, a lot of people still to this day even asking me for like glitches to actually level up and whatnot, because it's just so grindy. It's tedious. Unless you have some sort of glitch, it really gets hard. But if you're determined, you can do it. That was what I did initially when I played Odyssey. Initially, I just went through the game. I got level 99. I got enough ability points to like do some decent builds. And then all of a sudden we started finding all kinds of glitches, and we started doing that. I started showing you guys that. So we'll see what happens in the next game. We'll see if that goes down. We'll see if they've got any glitches, if they don't think they have glitches. And just remember, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you hit that bell so that you never miss when I put that content out. Don't be one of the people that goes to look for that content and you guys are like 6 months late to the party. Make sure that you're on top of it, because I'm going to be on top of it. Anyway, rumors are just that, and sometimes they really do end up being true. Like the rumor that the next Assassin's Creed was going to be Valhalla, that ended up being true. I reported on that. I told everybody that that's what the case was going to be. Even though so many people were saying, oh, it's going to be Japan, it's going to be China. Like, trust me. when I put out a video and I tell you that this is exactly what it's going to be, that's exactly what it's going to be. Trust me. Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Have you heard any weird rumors? Have you heard anything completely out of the ordinary? Have you heard anything amazing? Have you confirmed any rumors? Let me know that in the comment below. What are you hoping out of what I've heard to be true? Are you hoping that any of it is true? All of it is true? Some of it is true? Let me know in the comments below. I know some of it, some of what I just said actually was true. It is confirmed. It is going to be what they're saying and stuff like that. Like, they're claiming that the Viking is going to be both genders, or somehow they're going to explain how he's both genders at the same time to make things like easier. And of course, you know, the whole thing that you're going to have like your little encampment, that's going to be true. But some of it is like really far-fetched. Like, honestly, if they do like they did with the Avengers, and they allow you to play it a week early digitally, I'm all about that. You guys, you'll be here, I'll be here, we'll have it. That'll be absolutely be a go. I'll start playing it at midnight. At midnight, a week early. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until the next one, take care, be good, keep those rumors coming. Let me know.